Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Kyle Richards and Mauricio divorce drama. Is it really over? If you're a fan of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Rob, you've likely been following the unfolding drama between Kyle Richards and her estranged husband, Mauricio Umansky. After nearly 3 decades together, their relationship has hit turbulent waters, sparking divorce rumors, controversies, and endless speculations. Kyle Richards getting a divorce? Has she filed for one yet? What really happened between the couple that once seemed unbreakable? Let's dive deep into their separation saga, the love, the heartbreak, and the unanswered questions. For years, Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky were the gold standard of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills marriages. Unlike many of her castmates, Kyle never had to fake a happy marriage for the cameras. At least, that's what everyone thought. They were a power couple, deeply in love, raising their family, and building an empire together. But in July 2023, shocking reports surfaced that Kyle and Mauricio had separated after 27 years of marriage. The news hit Bravo fans like a ton of bricks. How did one of the longest-lasting, seemingly stable relationships in reality suddenly fall apart? Even their closest friends and Rob co-stars were blindsided. But as more details began to surface, it became clear. This wasn't as sudden as it seemed. There were cracks in the foundation long before the public ever knew. Soon as news of their separation broke, Kyle and Mauricio did what many Hollywood couples do. They tried to control the narrative. The two quickly released a joint statement, insisting that although they were going through a tough time, they were not divorcing. "Yes, we've had a rough year. But no, we are not divorcing," they said in a carefully worded response. This only raised more eyebrows. Separated but not divorced? Fans immediately started speculating. Were they keeping things vague to buy time? Were they trying to keep the drama alive for Rob's storyline? Or was this simply a sign that neither of them was emotionally ready to pull the plug on their nearly 3-decade-long marriage? As the weeks went on, their actions told a different story. Even before their official announcement, the signs were there, and fans who were paying attention saw them long before the tabloids picked up on the story. One of the biggest giveaways was Kyle's missing wedding ring. She had always been proud to show off her marriage, yet suddenly, she was being spotted without her ring at multiple events. Then, Mauricio's behavior started raising questions. He was seen getting a little too close to other women in public, and his demeanor seemed noticeably different from the loyal, devoted husband fans were used to seeing on screen. Then there was Kyle's Instagram bio change, which sent the internet into a frenzy. She quietly removed the word wife from her profile, a subtle but telling move. In an era where social media is often a direct reflection of real-life relationships, this small change spoke volumes. To make things even stranger, their usual family photos and public declarations of love disappeared. Their once picture-perfect marriage suddenly seemed like it was being scrubbed from existence. At this point, fans weren't just curious, they were convinced something was seriously wrong. And then, out of nowhere, Morgan Wade entered the picture. Just as rumors about Kyle and Mauricio's marriage were heating up, Kyle's friendship with country singer Morgan Wade became the talk of the town. The two women had formed what appeared to be an extremely close bond, spending an unusual amount of time together. They got matching tattoos, constantly appeared on each other's social media, and to top it all off, Kyle starred in a steamy music video with Morgan. One that featured flirtatious glances and undeniable chemistry. Naturally, fans had questions. Was Kyle dating Morgan? Had she left Mauricio for a woman? Was this just a carefully orchestrated PR stunt? The speculation was out of control. Some believed Kyle was simply leaning on Morgan as a close friend during her separation, while others were convinced there was something deeper going on. Kyle repeatedly denied any romantic involvement, insisting that their relationship was nothing more than a strong friendship. But no matter how many times she tried to set the record straight, the rumors only grew louder. And with Mauricio's own behavior making headlines, it wasn't hard to see why fans were struggling to believe Kyle's version of events. While Kyle was being linked to Morgan Wade, Mauricio wasn't exactly keeping a low profile either. If anything, he seemed to be embracing his newfound single status with open arms. The first major scandal came when paparazzi caught him kissing another woman at the Mykonos airport. The photos spread like wildfire, and fans were quick to point out that Mauricio wasn't acting like a man trying to save his marriage. But he didn't stop there. Shortly after, his chemistry with his Dancing with the Stars partner, Emma Slater, set off even more whispers. The two were spotted out together on several occasions, leading fans to wonder if their on-screen connection had turned into something more than just dancing. To make things even more confusing, Mauricio himself gave conflicting statements about his relationship status. On one hand, he suggested that he and Kyle were still figuring things out. On the other, he openly admitted to enjoying single life and embracing his freedom. At this point, fans weren't just questioning whether Kyle and Mauricio were still together. They were asking why they were even pretending to be. For all the chaos, one thing remains clear. Kyle has not filed for divorce. Despite the separation, the cheating rumors, and the fact that they are clearly living very separate lives, neither Kyle nor Mauricio has taken the legal step to officially end their marriage. In an interview, Kyle admitted that even talking about divorce is something they haven't done yet. "We haven't even had that talk yet. It's hard. It's not something either of us feels ready to do right now. But how long can they keep avoiding it? At some point, they'll have to decide. Either work things out or make it official." With their massive shared wealth, business interests, and over 27 years of history, this won't be a quick or easy process. And when the time does come, you can bet Kyle Richards' divorce lawyer will have their hands full. If Kyle and Mauricio are so clearly done, why haven't they filed for divorce yet? According to reports, their massive shared fortune could be the real reason behind the delay. When Kyle and Mauricio got married in 1996, they didn't sign a prenup. At the time, Mauricio was still a rising real estate agent, and Kyle wasn't the reality.